Are you one of those people that, well, you know that you're spending way too much having cigarettes, smoking cigarettes, buying cigarettes? You've tried everything. You've tried patches, rubs, lotions, potions, patches, and there's just some time that even though you think you're doing a good job, there's a trigger. And before you know it, you're running out, bumming a cigarette, getting a cigarette, or buying cigarettes. And you've tried everything. Well, no, you haven't. You haven't tried everything. You've tried a lot of things. Or are you an emotion code, body code practitioner that's been trying to help your clients quit smoking, but you don't know where to get started? You don't know what to ask. You don't know the different things that you should need to be covering. Well, that sounds like one of those are for you, or not you, but one of your friends, then today's the show. Because today, my special guest and I are covering a subject that I've been wanting to do for 52 weeks. And today, we're going to teach you and show you how you can stop smoking using, cue the book, Helena, how you can stop smoking using the emotion code. Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Michael Loesche, and welcome to the Bro Show, minus the bro, because my bro is on vacation. But today I brought a special guest in. I'm going to let her introduce herself. Good morning, Helena, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Michael. I am Helena Jenikin. I am a certified clinical hypnotherapist as well as a certified emotion code practitioner. I'm also known as thestopsmokinglady.com because that's my specialty. I help people become smoke-free with hypnosis and the emotion code.
That's right. Helena lives here in beautiful Vancouver Island, about an hour up the island. I live in the very southern tip. I think you're an hour north of me, and you and I met via the internet like this, and we did a live presentation at a grocery store or at a health food store.
Yes.
We did the 7 keys to the emotion code process, a program that I sell, teaching people how to deliver the emotion code process to an audience so you can book business. Did you get clients from that event?
I did. I got 6 clients that all referred me their friends and family.
All right, so you built your business. And we did too. I think we spent the Sunday afternoon or Saturday. We did one in the morning, we did one in the afternoon, and that's what we did. So that was very fun. And then I was telling you about my success helping a couple of friends quit smoking. And then I said, well, there's one guy I'm currently working with, and I just couldn't get it. And then we started talking about, you know, what we're each doing. And then we kind of said, oh, I'm not doing that. And you're thinking, oh, I never thought of that. So we merged and we put together a program. And you called it a protocol. Can you tell people what that means, what protocol means?
Certainly. A protocol is a step-by-step procedure or program. So for emotion code practitioners or hypnotists, when we have a protocol, it's everything from the first interaction with our client to the greeting, to how the session flows, questions to ask, information to give and share, and how to close out the session.
And if you're an emotion code, body code practitioner, you know, like, where do you get, like, sometimes it's easy, you know, what's stopping, blocking me, or what's creating my addiction. But so today, Helena, we're going to share the 4 pillars of our program. Now, we're actually not doing a client today. Can you tell people, because you're back next week, so today is part 1. And part 1 is we're going to talk about the 4 pillars of the program. And next week, we're going to get an update from who? Tell us what people need to do if they want to have a no smoking session with you and I.
Certainly. So we're looking for one person for you to work with and one person for me to work with. And that person will need to fill in a intake assessment form and also then watch a couple of short videos.
Yep.
We're going to be sharing some audio with them. Then it's going to be about a 45-minute session or so. And then we're looking for feedback for next week's show.
We are pretty confident. The session could be as long as 90 minutes. That might be a first hour. The first time will be an hour. You know, we do all the work. We can do it over Skype or the telephone. And then we might do a little touch base before next week, find out. And we're going to talk about the protocol that we have, the 4 pillars to make that work. And because we want to do you the best service, we don't want to do a quickie session here and not be able to do it all. Honestly, it does take 90 minutes to cover everything that we need to cover. So, and the session could cost, a few $100s if you're going to hire us to do that. But we're giving it away for free. So if you're ever going to share a show on the Bro Show, even though we're minus the Bro, this is the one to do it, because I know that nobody wants to see your friends smoke, and they've all tried to quit in different ways, or if they haven't, this could be a great opportunity for you. So go ahead, click the share button, and share this and say, hey, smoking friends, you got to check this out, because they likely haven't heard of it. And what they haven't heard of is called the emotion code. So Helena and I are going to do a quick presentation on the emotion code. If you're new and if you shared it with your friends, we want to thank you for that. Before we do that, Helena, before we share the 7 keys to the emotion code process, then talk about our program and deliver the pillars so people can see the complicatedness. There's a lot we need to do. Let's go out and say hello to our friends today that we haven't said hello to. So who do we have? Of course, we'll just acknowledge the people that came in early. Sig Brown was nice and early. And Natasha Paula Samuel, Ross Angela, Valverde, Alan Davidson, Barbara Rowing, Tammy Princess joined us, and Linda Buckner says, hello, everyone. Okay, what else?
We've got, who else do we have here? Sylvia Bellini is watching, and she's in lovely London, England, 30 degrees Celsius. We have Doug Collins, and he's watching from Moncton, New Brunswick.
That is hot for the UK. And who's from New Brunswick? Doug Collins. Yeah, Doug Collins, Moncton, New Brunswick. He came, he actually won a session, the Heartwall session on our anniversary. I did a Heartwall session with him. He gave us great feedback on that.
The Heartwall work is just transformational for people. Yes.
And Alan Davidson, a friend of ours, said, Michael, I heard you say you do a midweek session before the update next week. Is this new? It's not a midweek section, but you know what? I'd be remiss if I didn't share with you a new program that I have. And it's free. What is it, Helena? It is
free.
It's free. I'm going to show you right now. So starting next Wednesday, this program is for emotion code, body code practitioners. It starts Wednesday evening on the 11th, July 11th. It runs for 8 weeks. It's 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. It comes with a 12-page workbook. And every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, it'll be about a half-hour program. I'm going to give you 8 things or 9 things you need to do to grow your emotion code practice. Here's the deal. It's free. It'll go live, and then I'll keep that one recording for a whole week. So you have a whole week. So if you go to my Facebook page, the Michael Loge Emotion Code Facebook page, and my Facebook page that you're on right now, I put the link to download the worksheets. Get it downloaded, and I promise you, it's all the things that I'm mentoring people right now on how to build their practice. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to give it away for free for 8 weeks. And at the end of 8 weeks, I'm going to sell it. So if you want to take it for free, join me live every Wednesday at 6 o'clock starting next Wednesday. So show number 1, class number 1 or session number 1, I'm going to be teaching you the words you need to use that'll stimulate someone's decision to want to hire you. And it isn't the word wonderful or fantabulous or fantastic or fabulous. They don't sell things. You know, I've got a background in NLP, Neuro-Linguistic Program, the L standing for words linguistic. I'm going to teach you their benefit words, and these words stimulate purchases. You're going to have a workbook. You'll have 1 week to watch that class and fill out your workbook, and then on the next Wednesday, I'm going to delete that first class. So if you miss a class, hashtag boohoo to you. So you need to be present. You need to be coming live or watching the replay. You can get it all for free. It comes with the workbook. Go check it out. And then afterwards, we're going to edit the videos, and then I'm going to be offering it to emotion code practitioners and body code practitioners to help them build their business. You know, I've been in the business my whole career teaching other people how to give presentations. Even though I give presentations, how can you give a presentation to build your business? And that's part of that as well. So Alan, thanks. Hopefully that answered your question. A couple more people there. Helena, who else are we going to say hello to?
Have we said hello to Amy Larson-Straight yet? She's saying, hi, Michael and Helena.
Oh, great. She's here to learn the 4 pillars. So yes. Good stuff. I think we're going to get started. So again, Helena is joining me today. Our friend John is on a Bali vacation, and Helena is here with part 1 of the Stop Smoking program, and will be joining us next week again as we hear from the 2 people. Now, oh, the other thing, if you want to be one of the 2 people, then let us know in the chat saying, hey, I'm interested in taking this program. It is going to be free, and there's a little bit of requirements. Helena, can you just recap the requirements for them to be chosen? Then we're going to present the 7 keys. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so they have to let us know that they want to stop smoking because they want to and not someone else wants them to. Then they need to do the intake form, assessment intake form, and sending that back to us. We'll have some short videos for them to watch prior to the session, and even an audio for them to listen. And then we'll do the session, and we'll be looking for feedback for next week's show, next Saturday's show.
It's a short commitment on your time. Fill out a form, watch a couple of videos, sit back and relax while Helena and I do the work on video privately or on a Skype call or a phone call. You quit smoking, and then you give us the results, and we'll come back next week. So let us know if you're one of the people that want to do that. So Helena, first, let's introduce the book. It's The Emotion Code by Dr. Bradley Nelson, who's changed many lives. And through his work, you and I are changing many people's lives. And we're helping remove chronic pain and bad habits and trauma and, well, just a host of things. But today we're specializing in non-smoking or stop smoking. Now, there's 2 distinctions that we want to, before we deliver the keys, 2 important things. One, you know very well from being a hypnosis practitioner, is the notion of the subconscious mind. Can you just tell us a little bit about that so people can understand? It plays a big role in this work.
Sure. I always have this little graphic with me, and it's an iceberg.
Okay,
And
right.
yeah, and so what I explain to people is that the subconscious mind is very, very powerful. It's like a supercomputer. It's the part of the mind that holds the emotions, the imagination, your habits, your memory. And it's the part that's underneath here. We're not even aware that it's happening and holding on to these emotions and habits and beliefs. The part above the water is our conscious mind. And a lot of people think that that's the part of the mind that creates the change. And it's only maybe 5 or 10% of the mind, and the subconscious mind is about 90 to 95% of the mind. So what part of the mind do we want to work with? The subconscious part of the mind.
That's right. And the subconscious mind knows everything. It knows why you're smoking. It knows why you reach for a cigarette. It knows why you want to do everything. That's the good news. And the better news is we can communicate to your subconscious mind to say, hey, why am I triggered to have a cigarette when I wake up? Why am I triggered to have a cigarette when I smell it? It's going to tell us why, and then we are going to delete the reason. So, and the reason is called, of course, trapped emotions. Can you tell our friends what a trapped emotion is, please?
So when I have my clients explain that a trapped emotion is a negative, unprocessed emotion that got stuck in the physical system of the body. It's an energy. Kind of, I have a lemon that represents the energy that gets trapped in the physical system, and that emotion is being carried around with us and maybe hanging on the back, your head, your hands, wherever it might be, but it's a negative, unprocessed emotion.
That's
and
right.
With the emotion code, we are able to release it.
You know, yesterday I worked with a grandmother, so her age was, older than me, and it was over the telephone, and she had an MRI appointment because her shoulder was so sore she couldn't lift up her arm. And her daughter said, can you work with my mom? She doesn't understand it. I said, she doesn't need to understand it, but I would like to talk to her on the phone so I can assess the pain and what she can't do. So before the session, I started to work on her because her mom says, yeah, your mom said you can work on her and she's not available till 12. Well, and I was free at 11:30 and I was in the mood. So I thought, I'm going to start working on her. So I found out, now this woman wasn't even on the phone. I never met her before, but I knew her age and her name, permission. So I worked for about 15 minutes and then I had a quick lunch and I called her at 12 noon. I said, hi, it's Michael. And I said, tell me about your shoulder. And she said, well, it's weird because, I've been in critical pain. And she said, it's just feeling different right now. She said, it must be because I knew that we were going to work together. And I said, no, I already started the work. So she was like, of course it's crazy, right? And I said, what can't you do? She said, I can't comb my hair. I can't lift my arm up to comb my hair. So that's what I asked her subconscious mind. Show the lemon. What's blocking, stopping me from combing my hair? Well, she had about 10 of these trapped emotions in her shoulder. And of course, that's a lot of pressure and it's a lot of stuff in the way. So I removed the 12 trapped emotions. And for the first time in years, she said, just lifted my right hand. My shoulder didn't hurt. And she said, and my hand was tingling for years and it's gone. So in a half hour, they still went to get the MRI, but my point is that it won't show up on the lemons don't show up on the MRI because it's energy. So they, with all due respect, they just would have put her on medication to numb the pain, but would have not gotten rid of it. So that's what we're here to show you today. We're here to demonstrate the emotion code, the 7 keys, and we're going to give you the pillars. So we're going to do this nice and quickly. My friends have watched it over and over and over again. But first, Helena, key number 1 is the emotion code chart. Briefly tell us about that.
The emotion code chart is a chart of trapped negative emotions, and it's divided into 2 columns, A and B, and 6 rows. And so when we are working, we'll ask if it's in column A or column B, if it's an odd or even row, and then we'll come up to a cell of 5 different emotions, and then we can begin to ask about those 5 emotions, which one it is.
And there's 60 of them, so there's a lot. You know how, Helena, some people say, oh, I carry stress in my back. Guess what? There's 60 things that you could carry in your back. And your subconscious mind saying, this is the emotion that's causing you to smoke. This is the 3 emotions causing you to drink. This is the emotion that's causing you to have back pain, neck pain, lower pain, whatever it is. So that's the first thing, is the chart. The second thing is that we're not guessing. We're not guessing what the emotion is. We're going to be using.
You need to give me a cue.
Yeah.
Are we using muscle testing?
Yep. Sorry, muscle testing.
Excellent. So this is muscle testing for me. I have an agreement with my subconscious mind that when I link my 2 fingers together like this, and I think about the word yes, or the answer is yes, my fingers link together and they won't pull apart. But when the answer is no, or whenever I think of the word no, they just slide apart. It's really amazing.
Let it go. So we scan the chart. Your subconscious mind say, which one is it? This one? No, 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 no. Yes. Now, in order for us to do the work with you, we need to become your proxy. What does that mean?
Proxy is, we are going to be able to ask your subconscious mind directly questions because you have given us permission.
Permission. So we need to have your permission, right?
Mm-hmm. That's right.
We just can't be working on strangers. So here's what happens. We've got the chart. And before we get to work on anything, we always like to know what the severity is. Tell us about that. What does that mean?
Mm-hmm. The severity is, we would like a conscious answer what you think your severity about the situation is. We're looking for a number between 1 and 10. We like to work on 7, 8, 9s, 10s. And our intention is to lower that number and even perhaps get it to a 0.
Right, so we're working with somebody, they have pain. Yesterday, the woman's pain was a 10. I had her permission. I knew her name. I became her proxy. I went through the chart. I identified all the trapped emotions. And then when I found the trapped emotion, I was able to remove it by using a magnet. How does that work?
A magnet is amazing because magnets intensify our intention, and they actually can change energy, kind of like taking a magnet against a credit card. It just will take all that information off the credit card and delete it. So we use a magnet over our governing meridian, which is a wonderful energy meridian that the Chinese use in acupuncture. And it starts here underneath the nose and goes all the way down the back to your tailbone. And so what we'll do is we'll take our magnets and just wipe over our head 3 times to remove it. And it's gone.
The magnet's stronger than the negative emotion, which is a good thing. Now, all of this is possible because the practitioner becomes hydrated. That's right. And the water acts as the conductivity so we can do that. So that is the 7 keys to the process. We're about to talk about today, we are here to talk about how emotion code can be used to help you stop smoking. There's a lot of reasons why you smoke. And guess what? These are the reasons right here. Not because your dad smoked or your mom smoked, or it's because the reason is because of these trapped emotions. We can identify what the reason why you smoke or overeat or whatever it is that you do, and then delete that reason using the magnet. We're going to talk about the 4 pillars, and Helena and I have developed a smoking program. We've merged what I knew about the emotion code, what she knew about hypnosis. We put a great package together. It's about a 90-minute session done up in maybe two or maybe 3 telephone sessions. We're looking for 2 people that are willing to have us work with them on the phone for an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and then a quick follow-up, and then hear from them before next Saturday's show as we do part 2. Excuse me, sounded like a smoker's cough.
That, do you know, that happens to me when I'm working with people and I'm doing the emotion code. I can start to feel the lungs and the releasing. It's amazing.
Yes. Well, let's go back out to the room and say hello to a couple more people. My friend Joyce Dent is here. Good morning, Joyce. Yes, you are live. Glad to have you with us, Joyce. Carol Backlid is here. Good morning. I love the establishing of protocol, step by step, covering the bases.
I love protocols too.
That's right. Now we have David Fan, who's could be new to the show. David, he said, I want to. Now, David, why don't you tell us about what the severity of your smoking habit is from a 1 to 10? 10 being I smoke a lot every day. 1 being, I have a cigarette once every 8 days or something. And my hunch is you're eligible. Just a really quick update, Helena, what do you need to be eligible to receive this very priceless, well, there is a price, but David's going to get it for free. If we choose David, what does he have to agree to before we get started?
He has to agree to fill in our intake form, our assessment form, watch a couple of short videos, also listen to an audio program, and then have a session with us, and then report back to us for Saturday's show.
Yeah, next week's show. And it won't cost you anything, and you'll save money starting after the first session is our goal. Okay, so Helena, I'm going to introduce the 4 pillars, and then I want you to elaborate on them. So the first thing that we want to do, the first pillar, the first category of trapped emotions that we want to get rid of is your beliefs. You know, a belief is a thought that you think over and over and over again, and it becomes so ingrained for you, you end up having beliefs. So on this hand, you say you want to do something. The other hand says, sorry, can't do that because I have this belief. And we're going to give you all the beliefs. Now, these are common beliefs that I learned when I was studying NLP. And if people want to quit smoking or they want to become more abundant, I always start with these beliefs. And I think this is one of the things we merge together as a team. So I'm going to, I'll read the first 2 beliefs that we get rid of, and you can do the rest.
Okay.
So the first belief is, do I believe that I can decide? Do I even believe that I can decide that? And most people, the answer will be no. I don't even believe that I can decide it. Well, we're going to find out what the trapped emotion is that's causing you to believe that you can't decide to quit smoking. We're going to clear that up, and then we test it. And then so first thing, do I believe I can decide? I don't. We're going to remove the trapped emotion. Then we're going to ask again, I do believe I can decide. Oh, look at that. We're going to find out what's causing the decision. The next one is it okay for me to be a non-smoker? And I can bet you the answer is no. We're going to find out the trapped emotion that's causing that belief. So, do I believe it's okay? No, it's not okay. Now, remove the trapped emotion, test again. Oh, it is okay for me to be a non-smoker. Helena, what are the other beliefs that we're going to be working on?
Certainly. So the other beliefs is it safe for me to be a non-smoker? Isn't that an interesting question?
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of deepness in these questions, and we don't mean safe as in get beat up. We mean like, is it safe? You know, will my life change? Will I be different? You know, will people look at me differently? Will I lose friends?
Yes.
So in a lot of cases, it's not. For a lot of people, it's not safe to lose weight. It's not safe to quit smoking for them in their head. It's not safe to have a lot of money. It's not safe to be abundant. They have this belief that bad things will happen. We get rid of that. What's the next one?
Do I deserve to be a non-smoker?
Yeah. Imagine wanting to have something and not deserving it. Well, you can't buck that current if you tried. So do I deserve to be a non-smoker? And what's the last belief that we work with?
Do I believe I can become a non-smoker?
That's right. Well, I don't really believe it. Imagine going to take a program and not really believing it. So with all those beliefs, they're probably all a no. And if we don't clean those beliefs up for you, both of us will be wasting a lot of time because those beliefs are very strong. And you probably formed a lot of those beliefs, not just about smoking, about other things when you were young. So you've had those beliefs for a long time. They are stopping you from moving forward. We clean those up. Pillar number one is beliefs. Who can I get to type that out? Yeah,
Oh, our
Carol.
friend.
Yes, somebody write that down. Pillar number one is beliefs. Good stuff. William Vargas has joined us. He's saying good morning. So good morning to William. And good. Now, pillar number two. This is really important. It's so important that there's a bunch of them. And pillar number two, somebody write this down. Pillar number two is levels of anxiety. What are your level of anxiety? And you and I merged our work together, and we came up with 15 areas of anxiety. And anxiety creates a lot. It creates money problems. It creates weight problems. It creates health problems. It creates smoking anxiety, overeat. So anxiety plays a really important point. So we have 15 of them. So Helena, why don't you give us a sample of one or two anxieties that we help people reduce? No, not reduce. We eliminate their anxiety because that anxiety is caused by a past event. It's caused by, and we identify through the muscle testing, your subconscious mind said, my level of anxiety is because of 3 of these, and then we delete them. So give us a couple of examples of an anxiety that we would work on.
Sure. So we're going to ask, what is my level of anxiety about quitting smoking?
Yes. What is my level of, ooh, I've got tons of anxiety. Well, imagine trying to quit smoking and having all that anxiety. And an anxiety is like a shroud around you. It's like this negativity that's going around you. It's blocking and stopping anything positive to happen. So good. So repeat that first one again.
Sure. What is my level of anxiety about quitting smoking?
Just about quitting it. You haven't even done anything. Just about quitting it, there's lots of anxiety. We're going to get that to a 0. So you can say, you know what? I don't have any anxiety about quitting. Remember, there's 15 of them. So what's the next one?
What is my level of anxiety about having no cigarettes?
Oh, because you know, if you're a smoker and you're down to 2 cigarettes, you're already planning when you're going to go to the store and how you're going to nurture those last 2 cigarettes and how you're going to look for a half-smoking cigarette. Like, you've got a lot of anxiety. When am I going to get it? Where am I going to get the money? Do I got to go to the bank first? Am I going to use my debit card? Which, like, it's all anxiety. All this anxiety is creating more need to have the cigarette. So yep. That, again, we've got 15 areas that are caused by anxiety. They were 2 of them. So pillar number 1 is we're going to remove your beliefs that are stopping you from stopping smoking. Number 2, we're going to get rid of the levels of anxiety. There's 15 of them we've identified. And pillar number 3. Now, remember before, Helena, before we start the program, I said, boy, I helped a guy quitting smoking in 21 minutes. And because his was mostly anxiety, and now working with my other friend, I get rid of his anxiety, but he still has a couple little reasons, and I didn't get them all. And pillar number 3 is called triggers and habits. So Barbara Rowing, she's written pillar number 1 is beliefs. Can you write pillar number 3 is triggers and habits? Now, even though I got rid of my friend's belief that he can't be a non-smoker, that he can't quit smoking, I got rid of his anxiety, he still has these triggers. He's still got these little reasons that I say, oh, got to go have a cigarette. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm sending him this worksheet that you and I developed to find out. And I think we come up with 25 different triggers. Can you give us a couple samples of what these triggers are, please?
Mm-hmm. Waking up in the morning. Isn't that amazing? It can be as simple as my trigger is waking up in the morning and reaching for a cigarette. That's and it could be going to bed at night.
This is the reason. So the trigger is as soon as I get up in the morning, before I do anything, I got to have a cigarette. There's a reason you're doing that. It's from a past event caused by this. So you know what? We're going to collapse that trigger. We're going to delete it. So you'll get up, and it could be 10 o'clock and say, oh, you know what? I didn't have a cigarette today. Because we're going to delete the reason why you do that. That's 1 out of 25. What's another common trigger people have, Helena?
Going to bed at night. The last cigarette before going to bed at night.
And I bet you it's a big routine.
Mhm.
Okay, I'm going to go to bed in a half hour. I'm going to go have my cigarette first. And then when they're laying in bed, they probably still have some anxiety because was that really the last cigarette they're going to have before they go to bed? So these are all the reasons. This is all the reasons why people keep smoking. We've got 25 triggers, possible triggers. Well, I know my friend has triggers that I didn't identify. So even though he doesn't have anxiety, he still has, and he told me one of them, since I learned this, on the way to the gym. And it's when he gets in his car on the way to the gym and in his car on the way back from the gym. That's all he thinks about is that last cigarette. And then while he's at the gym, he's thinking about having that cigarette. So when he's done at the gym, he leaves right away. He doesn't hang around right away because his trigger says, you're done at the gym, go have a cigarette. Well, you can hold your head up high because I want to delete that little trigger for you.
So, Michael, I'm not sure if I shared this with you or not, but I used to be a smoker myself, and I quit back in 2000. And one of my triggers was, get this, I used to work in a health food store. And I wake up in the morning, no cigarette, work all day in the health food store, no cigarette, lock up the store, get in my car, have a cigarette.
I was
Isn't that
smoking too. I smoked between 20 and when I was between 20 and 30. Listen, I remember smoking on the airplane
Yeah,
in smoking section. I remember smoking when I had a job, smoking at my desk. Isn't
yes,
that just bizarre?
yeah. And
Crazy.
what's so great is when we do this correctly, and I find this with my hypnosis clients, and now within my emotion code clients, is they completely disassociate themselves even as a non-smoker. It just becomes totally irrelevant to say that you're even a non-smoker.
Yeah.
It's just something that's no longer part of the identity. And that's why it makes it so easy to remain a happy, healthy, wealthy non-smoker.
Okay. Well, that brings us to pillar number 4, which is your strength, and you're bringing this to the program. Just a reminder, Helena and I are putting this program together so we can help you via the telephone or being Skype. You can be anywhere in the world. We can help you become a non-smoker. And if you are a facilitator, a practitioner of motion code, body code, we are going to offer this program. We're going to give you the protocol, the hypnosis audios, all the intake forms, so you can build your business by including with confidence the protocol, the scripts, what you need to do to help people quit smoking. So let's just recap. Pillar number 1, get rid of the client's beliefs that they can't be a non-smoker. Pillar number 2 is remove the 15 areas of anxiety that are creating that negative vibration. Pillar number 3, 25 triggers and habits. And pillar number 4, Helena, is?
Hypnosis.
That's right.
Hmm.
Tell us what that means.
So hypnosis is, as a hypnotherapist, I help people remove all these beliefs and anxiety and triggers and habits with tapping into the power of their mind and their subconscious mind. But in this particular program, what we will be doing is offering a self-hypnosis audio recording, a pre-session for you to listen to, and a post-session self-hypnosis audio recording. It's very gentle, it's very relaxing. It's about 15-20 minutes long. You'll also be receiving a stop smoking report that explains a lot about how hypnosis works. You'll be receiving videos about the emotion code. You'll be receiving a video about the myths and truths about hypnosis that I'll put together, and lots of other information like how the subconscious mind, what's been keeping you smoking even though you tried quitting before, and then how you can keep moving forward as that happy, healthy, wealthy non-smoker.
Perfect. So this is a robust program. You know, I've been doing emotion code a lot, and this is one of the areas that needs more than a quickie emotion code session, because you've seen us do it here on the show many times. So we want to help you. Now, I'm waiting to hear from our friend, I think his name was David, who said he was interested. We only had one person, David Fan, only one person that showed interest. Now, because this show is recorded live, there's still probably 1,000 people that are going to watch it between now and Sunday. So you and I are going to keep an eye out in the room. And we want to hear from you so we can help you become a non-smoker, stop smoking. We're looking for 2 people. I'll work with one. Helena will work with one.
We have another viewer here, Paulette Smith, and she says, have tried everything under the sun to try to stop, even laser. No luck.
Ah, okay. It sounds like, so Paulette, if you are willing to follow the protocol, and we would love to help you. So we will we will keep you in mind for that. And that's what we're looking for. So thank you for coming forth. And David, if you're watching, we'd like to hear from you as well. Make sure that you're willing to, do the intake form, meet with Helena and I for 45 minutes to an hour, then a follow-up and so on, just what the rules are. So Helena, if you're watching live, you have a question, you can ask us now. We're still going to hang in maybe for another 5 minutes. We're going to hang in there. And what did you learn today? If you're an emotion code practitioner, what did you learn about I don't know if you learned the complicatedness of this particular subject, but is there something that you heard us teach today that thinking, oh, I'm going to adopt that in my sessions? Remember, we will provide the entire protocol, all the 25 triggers and all the 15 anxieties, all the audio, all the video on hypnosis. We developed the intake form. It's going to be on SurveyMonkey, so the client will do the survey. You'll get emailed the results. It is a turnkey system for helping people quit smoking. Good stuff. So,
Yeah, it's fantastic.
good. And I just want to do a quick little screen share again. If you just joined us in the second half here, I want to let you know what's happening starting next Wednesday evening. I'm doing it for 8 weeks. It's for emotion code, body code practitioner. Well, the truth is it's for anybody. But I know that practitioners, healers, and healthcare workers, they have a little bit of challenges trying to explain what the emotion code is and how it works. And, they want to tell people that it's fabulous and wonderful and exciting, but that doesn't help. So I'm going to be teaching people in an 8-week series what you need to do and say. So, and there's out of this 8 weeks, I'm doing a 3-session on law of attraction from my book, Law of Attraction. I want to teach people how to identify their ideal client, how to submit that vibrationally to the universe, the law of attraction, and respond to it, and more importantly, how to open the door and let them in. And we're also going to do 1 classes on NLP, understanding the 4 ways your client needs to hear you talk so you don't tick them off. Because once we tick somebody off, how long does it take to untick them, Helena?
You might never be able to untick them off.
You might be ticked off forever. So join me starting next Wednesday. There is a book. There's a workbook to download. It's inside my Facebook group, and on this Facebook page, just scan down. It's, I think, a 10 or 11, 12-page workbook. That'd be really helpful to have it. So as I'm teaching it, you're writing it down, you're seeing it, you're thinking about it. I'm going to tap into all the learning styles while I'm teaching. And my goal is to knock your socks off with this program. And did I say it's free? It's live every Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. If you're one of our friends from the UK, that's pretty early in the morning. But you can watch the replay for 7 days. And then I'm going to delete that class and get ready for the next one. So Helena, thank you for hanging out with me today. It was nice to have you with us. And if you missed the part, John is away having a 2-week vacation. And Helena, I thought, what a perfect time to finally do something on non-smoking. If you have a comment or question for Helena and I, go ahead and answer it in the questions. And I'll ask Helena to keep an eye out for any questions or comments over the weekend in this chat below. And we would like to hear from you. So next week, Helena, we are doing part 2 of the Quit Smoking program, and good stuff. So I think we're going to pick Paulette Smith for sure. She spoke up nice and early.
Yes.
So we will, you and I will talk offline about how we're going to do this. Kayla Levitt, I'm very excited for your summer series. Okay, good stuff. And Barbara Rowing, it's going to be late, early in the morning for you, but I'm sure you can catch the replay. She's saying, I was just thinking about how to speak to clients today. What do I need to say? Oh, now she's thinking she's going to stay up. That's okay. We're going to keep the recording for 7 days so you can watch it there, Paulette. And Helena, let's remind people, they can probably see it below, but remind people how they can connect with you. Maybe they want to do a private session with you and not through this program. And tell people how they can connect with you, please.
So you can connect with me for Stop Smoking. I have a separate web page, and it's called thestopsmokinglady.com. You can find out about my in-person stop smoking program. But you can find me also at flourishhypnosis.com/emotion-code. I'll put that in the comments so people can find that nice and easily.
Good stuff. Okay, happy Saturday to everybody. Hope you're enjoying your summer. And if you know someone that is a smoker and doesn't want to be, share this show for them today so they know there's another alternative to do this quickly and easily from the comfort of their home or office. Okay, Helena, let's say goodbye to our friend. See you later, everybody.